Well, it's 9:04. Should we get started and just be, yeah, time is sacred. Beautiful. Those will get replays. I saw someone tried to get on really early this morning. They must have seen the time zone wrong. So I'm curious about Christina. So shout out to Christina. There she is. Spoke prayers. Kadabra. Yeah. Good to start with some laughter and joy. Why not? Huh? Okay, great.
All right. I do know that we may have one trying to join. She was having some technical difficulties. So we'll just go ahead and get started. Yeah, welcome everyone. Thanks for joining Simcha and I today. And she's going to introduce a little bit of what we're here to do today and give you a little info on that. So yeah, let us know, Simcha.
Thank you, Gina. And thank you for those who are on the call and those on watching the rewatch. And thank you for your time and your breath and witnessing and engaging however you wish. I'm just going to breathe for a moment because I want to give some sort of permission as well as give an intention. It's so interesting to try and articulate the work and the intention when it's so the body in somatic work is intangible, it's metaphorical, it's insights that don't have words yet, it's sound, it's rhythm, it's stuff to be remembered that we don't really get. There's something about what we want to provide here, Gina and I, is really an opportunity to unlock our bodies, be with it, listen to it, so we can sit deeper in our skin and we know how to tend to our nervous system. Like when there's a bitter taste in our mouth, or to know how to respond to that. And so the same thing happens here in like the idea of dancing and listening to music and doing this weird thing called like expression with a bunch of people you've never met before. Like it's your permission of if you have your video on, if you share, if you do whatever, like you get to choose in. And I'm also like asking us all to take a deep breath and be like, how does my body want to be treated today? And also like, how can I use this space to stretch myself a little bit? Like, how can I use this to allow me to grow? Like maybe, everyone's gonna be on mute. Maybe I start singing a little bit during the music. Maybe I'm singing while they're doing it. Maybe I'm moving a little bit more, or maybe I'm moving a little less, like it's whatever that is for you. This is the opportunity for you to do it and to have some fun. I made little props out of myself with things I find in the forest and I dance with them. So if there's anything that, I dance around with sticks, it's a time to be a child. I have water with me. If there's some opportunity to grab a sacred object or a crown you want to put on your head, or a bow tie, like whatever that is, like this is an opportunity to experience, to express, and to play, to not take ourselves so seriously, so that we don't have such a deep attachment to what we think we know about ourselves, to see what's here for us. So that's really the intention of the practice here. Gina and I are opening up a monthly space, and this is us starting to practice and throw ourselves out there. We're going to do free gatherings once a month because we got to serve and we got to be open to all. And we're also here to and be like, who are we here to meet? This is us launching our own, like, who are we here to gather with? So thank you for being here. And with that being said, if there's anything you need to go like get some water, or if your body's like, I'm cold, or I'm going to get hot, we're about to move, like if there's something you need to go do, I'm allowing and asking you to allow yourself to really grant yourself the permission of like being attentive to the transitions before doing something like this. That could be silly, but the ritual of like, let's gather, let's breathe, let's meditate, let's pray, let's move, and then let's journal, and then let's talk about it. So that's kind of what you can expect on this call, is that we're going to come here, we're going to open the space, kind of set intention, and we're going to pray, some channels are going to come out. We're going to have some music. You're going to have an opportunity to move if movement's not your thing. But it is something that like I'm going to do some guidance of it. And it's some new art that I'm here to practice and develop myself in, is to really guide how to have people who aren't so comfortable in moving their body feel the guidance of like what a guided meditator doesn't feel like they have when they're not good at meditating. And people are like, I'm better at having guidance. I'm here to start practicing that and facilitating it. So we have an opportunity for that today. After we move, there'll be some journaling, and then we'll do some sharing. And if you don't feel called to share, that's all cool. If you got to go, that's all cool. If you want to jump in and share, that's cool too. So that's the intention. And with that being said, since I just word vomited all over you and we're just gonna move now, I shared a bit of our intention, but if it's for you to close your eyes and allow your breath to be whatever it gets to be right now, to have you kind of be in your space. If you're not an eye closer, if you can at least be in your space by having your eyes not be on the screen for a moment. Just to allow yourself to settle in and let all the words slip away. And the point of being here is to listen to your body. So ask your body how it wants to breathe. Ask your body how it wants to risk. Ask your body how it wants to stay safe. And asking the body what might be here for you. And I take a moment before I bring us back to a space to give it to Gina. And I know that in the future there will be this thing of like thinking of teachers and people that have guided us in the path of mentorship. And so I'm giving a shout out to where I've learned my somatic work. I have a very long list, but know that it could be Gina is one of my teachers. So, but the people that came to mind this morning when I went to my gratitude was Krista Petty Raymer, Brianna Lynn, Rabbi Jill Hammer, Rabbi David Levinsky, and Lori Benock. Those were the people that feel really called to say thank you today for putting me in cool contexts for me to study myself and people and humanity. And with that, I'm actually just gonna pass it to Gina, I think. Gina, you want to guide now?
Thanks so much, Simcha, for opening us up. And yeah, welcome to everyone that's here or possibly watching on the replay. Just to reiterate the one point again, everything that we do here is completely your choice and up to you. If you like to have your camera off, on, moving big, small, seated, standing, lying down, whatever works for you. There's no right, there's no wrong, and we have choice in everything that we do here. So I just want to share that. And what I'd like to do right now is, and this is fine even with your camera off, but I'd like to just do a quick invitation to introduce ourselves, and kind of similar to what Simcha just modeled. And I thought as a great icebreaker, we could all share an animal noise of our choosing, just to kind of drop into our inner child and play. And this was actually one of the first things that Simcha and I ever did together, was called at one another from across the room. So is my noise. And hi everyone, I'm Gina. Quick introduction. I live in New Jersey, and I started sitting with Simcha in mystery school, and we're in some other circles together. And she's definitely one of my teachers in the somatic arts, for sure. Another teacher would be Ellen Kruger, who I trained my energy work with. Brianna Lynn as well, who leads the mystery school where I met Simcha, and have done so much healing work and somatic healing work. And I had many professors. I studied dance in college, and somatic movement was a big part of the program that I was in. And I had many professors who taught me along the way: Melanie Bales, B.D. Miller, so many, Susan Hadley. Yeah. So just naming any teachers that you care to name into this space, and maybe it's not with somatic healing, maybe it's something totally different. But we all have our mentors, and just naming them forward into this space as we continue to be students in the healing journey. So yeah, I'm really excited to be here and move with you all today and share with you all today and see what comes alive out of our own collective body wisdom. So with that, I invite all of you, feel free to share an animal noise if you feel called. If not, that's fine too. Maybe a little quick intro, and if you'd like to name any of your teachers or mentors of your life into the space, please do. Putting it in the middle for you.
Well, oh, John, you want to go? I'm happy to go. My name's Renee. Boo! It's my early morning wolf call. I am largely here because I adore these two women. I love these two women with all my heart. Gina, I have gotten to know and love more recently. Simcha and I have been doing a beautiful dance and a deep conversation and relationship for a number of years, and she's a gift in my life, my Jewish sister. And thank you for having me look and think about some of my teachers. And so I'm a coach and a workshop leader, but more recently, I have taken a full deep dive into the improv world and did a show on Friday night where my musical improv group performed and this long form group performed. And then I also love storytelling and now stand up and do storytelling and it puts such a great frame and filter on parts of our lives as you look at it as the story that you're telling rather than the pain that you have. You know, there's different filters that we look back to our past, and it's a rich journey to do so. And so some of the teachers I want to honor and call in out, Holly Jo LeBay, who I met at a retreat in, I don't know, a number of years ago, and who said, come to my energy medicine school. If nothing else, you'll have healing, and spent 2 or 3 years in a deep dive, which was that and so much more, and still my favorite healer and medium today. Catherine Catherine Dobby and Pam Victor, who run Happier Valley Comedy, which has brought me community and so much joy and play. And my brand is Possibility Playground, deep transformation through love, play, and laughter. And so I just landed in Western Massachusetts and found these great souls that are all about diversity and inclusion and yes, and connecting with deep emotion. It's been a joy in my life. Probably lots of other teachers, but I'm happy to turn over the talking stick.
Hi, I'm Gene. Yeah, wolf strikes me too. Some of my teachers are Erica Young, Carol Smith, who did a shamanic apprenticeship with, and Jackie Eckert and Rita Bianco, my Reiki teachers. Oh God, there's just so many. Satora Yusufai. Yeah, a lot of teachers along the way for sure. Yeah, I mean, I've met Gina a few places here and there, did a workshop with her a while back, and I just happened to be running around this morning and hot and tired and saw this, and I'm like, yeah, that looks like a nice break from what I'm doing. So here I am.
Good to see you, John. Grateful to have you on.
Thanks.
We're just doing a quick introduction, sharing an animal noise if you feel called and your inner child wants to play, a little quick intro about yourself, and if there's any teachers you'd like to name forward into this space. So we're just going around. Thanks.
Hello. I don't have, hold on, interrupt my stuff. So I am Christina, and I met Simcha through my university. I'm a fellow Nomad in North Carolina right now, dealing with just a lot of, just life. So I've really transitioned into this space of just being thankful and grateful for the small things and this, and just like, it's not even small things. It's just the air that we breathe is just so magnificent. So it's finding the beauty in just everything and coming into learning about just how interconnected we are and finding a tribe and fellow people that are in sharing the same sacred space of just gratitude and movement. And I've never done anything like this before, so I'm really interested in how just childlike movement. So I'm so here for it. So I'm just so thankful for all of you guys, because you guys are my teachers. Because
Christina, I'm so glad you're here, and you're breaking up, but your video is on a good pausing spot. Oh, there you are. Oh, wait. I'm so grateful for you being here, and we heard
okay.
most of what you said.
Sorry, I thought it could hear. You can hear me now, though. Yes.
Yeah. Do you want to complete your thought?
Yes, I just want to complete my thought. I want to share with you my elements that I gathered. I see this mystic, unique space when we were moving here to this spot. And so I have my raw obsidian and my hema quartz, which is iron and quartz. So, yay, I'm so here for this. Thank you so much.
Robin, did you want to say hello? I think it's just you left.
Sure. Oh, okay. Wait, I was off of mute. I didn't realize. So my apologies for late. I'm just disconnected with any type of computer. I've tried to overcome that obstacle, and it just this lifetime. That's all I can say. Atlantis. That's all I can say. But oh, buck boogie. I like that one. Buck boogie. That's always when somebody asks me to, do an animal. I like that one. Sounds funny to me. So many teachers every day and every night, and just the land, the animals, and the trees, and I'm just the type of person that just loves to learn and practice. And recently I discovered Western Massachusetts, and wow, magical place. And I haven't even dove in yet. I was taking this retreat up there with a couple shamans, and I could just feel the energy of the land change my frequency. And I said, to my girlfriend that was with me that I drug along. She didn't even know. She took some rites that she has no idea of. And we just went, because it was a spirit-led thing. And we're driving down the street, and I said, I would love to have a little place here. And it was basically like this guy was putting out a for sale sign, for sale by owner, it's figuratively speaking. I mean, it was really, 10 minutes prior, so I didn't actually see him put the sign out. But it was such a reasonable amount and everything. It's a little cottage, so I purchased it up there. But it's been a couple of years, you know, I'm trying to get to know the land and everything, but it was just the vibration of that part of Massachusetts, you know, and recently attended that Dance Beyond, which was phenomenal. I went last year by myself. Gina came this year, and it was wonderful. Miles and miles of walking. And then I brought an electric bike, you know, thinking that would be wonderful, you know, because I'm trying to heal myself with the situation that I have. And boy, my rump, I was really hurting on those stones. I was going up and down, miles and miles. But it was still just so enjoyable, like the heart-centered people that all came together, and real activism, true activism. You could just feel when you're in the vibration of love. And love heals all things, you know. Yeah. So I've trained in a lot of different, you know, modalities and things, but that's all. You know, I'm just trying to stay in a vibration of love. The one thing I did want to share was, since I brought up the ailment, right? Like a story, you know, you have to tell it like a story. There's no longer the attachment to any pain. I went to a Greg Braden conference, and I had no idea why I was there, because it was the same conference, you know, that I had been a while ago, you know, but it's always good to be in his energy field. And so there was 350 people doing the heart-brain coherence and in the vibration of love. And I was able to walk again. I was able to like run up the mountain and experience the vortex, which I hadn't been able to do, because I'm just, sometimes it heals, and then sometimes I get in the frequency and it it like vibes down, you know. I'm trying to strive to get back up again, you know. There's peaks and valleys. But it was a whole month that I was healed in this vibration of love. And then coming back to Pennsylvania here, and, you know, some different things so that's it. You know, I'm so honored to be here. Thank you, ladies, for inviting me. I'm very honored to be here with you. But if I'm not up dancing or anything, I'm not really sure what you're going to do. It's just because I have to honor my body, and it, you know, yesterday was it's a little rough. So, but I'm feeling great. I'm very grateful, you know, and my body rejuvenates itself very quickly. So I'm very grateful for that. Thank you.
Really grateful to have you here, Robin. Thank you. And thank you for everyone who's here and yeah, shared your animal noise with us. That was great. Thank you. And for all the intros. And I think we're gonna get started with a little bit of a guided meditation first, just to settle into our bodies. And then I'll pass it over to Simcha. She'll start with a little bit of a channel, and she'll guide us into starting our movement. So that's how. And then when we're done moving, the invitation would be to grab a journal if that calls to you, and share anything that maybe came through during your movement for you that possibly you weren't aware of prior, or any ideas that you have. So yeah, if you'd like to, invitation to just draw your eyes closed. I'm just going to take a couple of moments, and we're going to ground in, really honoring the energy of this full moon that we have, and this summer solstice, entering Cancer season. Summer babies, water babies are really feeling good right now. And I just want to call in the element of water to guide us in our practice today. Thank you for the way that you flow. Thank you for the way that you cleanse. Thank you for the way that you move through spaces and find places that were previously undiscovered. Asking the water to guide us on this journey. I'd like you to envision yourself floating in a lake. Maybe you put your arms out, you're looking up to the sky, you see the clouds and the blue. Just feeling that weightlessness as the water holds your entire body. Feeling that semi-permeable membrane of the skin, that largest organ of our body, as it makes contact with the water. Along the front, as well as the back. Every surface of our body is making contact, and we slowly melt into the water. As we are mostly water, there really is no differentiation between us and this lake that we're in. Where the individual becomes part of the whole. And we become a person that's floating in the lake to a drop that's in the water. We become part of that lake. And we slowly find our way through a creek. And that creek joins in with the river, and this river is flowing and it's rushing and it's taking us. And it's moving us, and it's moving anything that's stuck, the logs, the stones, churning up the dirt. There's a current. The current is also drawing in all of this life. It's drawing in the plant kingdom and the animal kingdom. It's nourishing one another in this current of the river that we're in. We're just that drop of water floating along as we approach a waterfall. Big, tall, 100-foot waterfall of clean, crystal clean water. We're part of that. And as we approach that edge and the energy that builds, we fly over the edge, tumbling into that waterfall, letting it rush down into the deep water below. As we gently float back up to the surface, feeling how that journey has changed us, even though we're the same, a little bit different. And as that drop of water makes its way from that large waterfall into the ocean, and it washes up on the beach, on the shore. And you can get out of the water in whatever form you choose to be in, because at this point you're just a drop of water. Maybe there's a special animal or plant that you'd like to guide you out of the water, to bring you back into earth, to return you into your earthly vessel here, as we become our single drop, part of the whole once more. Just coming back into our bodies. And slowly bring our eyes open. I'm going to turn this over to Simcha now to get us moving. Thank you.
Thank you, Gina. And I pick up where you left off. And it's a time for us to start moving. So there's some rhythm that Gina's playing. And in the practice of moving, there's some first thing of like asking your body how it wants to move and where it wants to begin. Whether it's sitting, whether it's standing, whether it's changing how we're sitting, straightening your spine, just seeing where it wants to begin. And as you hear the different instruments, and if you find the beat, ring, or the sound, and if it were to make some sort of rotation or form of your body, the movement can be simple. Be as simple as a neck move to begin, or a spine or shoulder shrugs, but finding the rhythm and how your body wants to do it. Part of moving your body is kind of getting in that trance state. It can be a repetitive movement. It can also guide and lead and ascend and fall. It doesn't need to be ecstatic the whole time. It also could be static. But allow yourself to find your own seasons in the rhythm of the beat. Yeah, your fingertips want to move, your toes, even your joints. It could be the smallest sways to the biggest sways. Maybe you find the story in your spine. Maybe you find it in your knees. Maybe you find it in your wrists. But allow your body to play. I know for me, it's easier for me when I close my eyes and allow the beat to take over. To hand a tool if it works for you. If it doesn't, okay, leave your eyes open. But if someone who couldn't hear this rhythm was watching you in spirit form, how would you tell them the story of the song of the rhythm of this music? How are you the orchestra? Doesn't need to be pretty or right. Falling is part of the rhythm too. You can always try something new and say, I'm done with this, and do something else. Or you can find the same rhythm, maybe in another part of your body. There's emotions that come up, I ask that you allow yourself to feel them. You allow. If giggles come up, allow them to come up. You want to sing along. The next song gets a little weird for you. This is just an opportunity for specific rhythm for us to be and to feel in. We have a good skill in really picking up on what's hurting and what's at dis-ease. But I also ask while you move and while you listen, to listen to your strength, your beauty and your light, like what really wants to be celebrated in the feeling of the emptying of everything that's through. Any cords to cut, simply cut them in the trance. By your movement, ritualing, saying it out loud, you feel called to breathe. To the sound, to the beat. Allow yourself to go. I'm going to close my mouth and be an example and do it with you and beside you. And there's the next song that comes on that is more of a story and more of a shorter song, and one with a little bit more direction of humanity with voices. So when that song comes, I allow you to know, I allow you. What's my allow me? I love my humanity. I invite you to know that it's a 4-minute song of movement for you, and then we'll be done. But before we go there, I'm gonna allow myself to shut my mouth and move for a little bit with you. Thank you for that. Let me breathe.
Slowly bringing your movement to an end. If you'd like to grab a journal, jot down a few words from your experience, or maybe a mantra or an intention or possibly a prayer. whatever comes through for you. Just taking a moment before we open up for shares.
Take it off, I set it down as I become what I am. Layer by layer by layer by layer by layer. Layer by layer by layer by layer by layer. I take it off, I set it down as I become what I am. Layer by layer by layer by layer by layer. And every version of me that I've tried to be served a purpose. Every version of me that I tried to be, I bless her gently. I take it off, set it down as I become what I am. And every version of me that I try to be is released.
And then finishing up those final thoughts. That time with you, if there's anything else you wish to remember that you sensed or felt or remembered or saw or discovered about your body. I don't think my harmonica plays well in Zoom, or I would have played along with that song. We're inviting you to come back, and we have some time for some sharing of wisdom, of experience, of storytelling, of anything here to come out with words, since we just moved our body and used it. It's a feel free to share and feel free not to moment. And it's helpful to know if you want to share, if you can raise your hand actually, so that we're not like, hey, you want to share, and any pressure. Why don't we do that? So if you wish to share anything, raising your hand, that would be cool. Unless you just want to unmute and begin. But would love to hear any and all things that wish to come forward at this time. Thank you.
I can start us off. I love this movement practice, and it's something that I've been using very regularly as part of my almost daily practice of just putting on music and letting my body move however it wants to, without a plan, no reps, no sequencing, no I'm not working a certain muscle group or anything like that. It's more about like just allowing my soul to move. And I found that to be so healing. I get this pain a lot, like in my traps, like it's my chronic, like I just am like all the time. And literally like me doing my own movement like this is the only thing that really helps that. And there's something about spinning for me it's like this unraveling of this energy that gets like, and when I feel into that energy, you know, it feels like the old telephone cord, that really, really tight coil. And so this allows me to just like lengthen my energy out and just be with myself, and allow myself to be just exactly how I am. And whatever feelings come up, like there's something in it for me. And if I can be aware of what that is and then have an opportunity to share it and be witnessed in my share, I'm noticing like huge progress in shifting things by like participating in this type of work. So I'm really thrilled to be here with all of you and just sharing this practice, not only with you, but also like participating in it for myself. And a big thing that came up for me has been coming up, and I did kind of set the intention to bring it into this practice today, was feeling like I want to participate more in the things that are alive in my life, and noticing my tendency to separate myself or not give myself a seat at the table or hang around the edges or wait for an explicit invitation or something like that, where I'm wanting to become more present in like the spaces that are alive for me, that are fueling me, that are filling me. And as I'm doing that, I'm seeing this pattern of the way that I've always operated, which is if I kind of hang out over here by the door, if I got to run out, it's going to be okay. So it's like, how about you get off the edge of the dance floor and get into the middle of it, Gina? And like, not to be like, that's not how I always talk to myself, but sometimes I need to. And like, that's the feeling that's kind of coming through of like, I'm involved in these really amazing spaces in my life. And yet I find myself feeling like I don't have the capacity to be fully involved in all of them. And like, but what is that really? What is that really? Is that I don't have the capacity to be involved in them? Or is this like a pattern that I've operated under for so long that it's just showing itself now in this moment where I have more awareness for it? So the things that I wrote down were giving myself a seat at that table, community, calling in community. And if I'm not creating community within self, it doesn't matter who I call to me, I'm not going to be able to meet it and join in. So, you know, I'm looking for this community outside of myself, of digital spaces and real life spaces, yet there's a part of me that I haven't created a community fully within myself yet. So where in me am I still, is part of me still hanging out by the door in case I gotta run out real quick? You know, what part of me gets to get into the middle of the dance floor first? So that way, when I do call in this community, I am calling in this community and we're all gathering, like I want to be able to meet you all and sit down and be with you and not feel like I got to be over here a little bit. So that's just something that really came through for me. And as within, so without, as within, so without, as within, so without. Yeah, that came through really, really strong. So, and it felt good to sweat. It's hot as hell here. It's like 1000% humidity and I'm just drenched and I love it. So thank you. Thank you. That's all I have. I'm complete.
Thank you so much. Well, I'm John again. Yeah, community for me has been a big one. I've been trying to call in lately. I feel like a lot of the community I had has either I've drifted away from or they've moved to other states, and like I've just felt really disconnected lately. So I've been really trying to draw in community, and like just to get up and dance and be seen. That's huge for me. I mean, that's been a struggle for years. Like my throat's been locked down. My inner child's just been locked up. I've been afraid to take up some space in the world and be seen and heard and share my voice and through a shit ton of work and a lot of different things. You know, I'm finally at the point where, like I'm singing in public in kirtans and picking up an instrument that I don't know how to play and banging on it, and you know, rolling around on the ground doing silly shit, and just having, you know, just being seen and heard, and you know, just like dancing with you guys on camera, like, you know, all that stuff. You know, not, you know, not awful long ago I was unable to do. You know, I was the, you know, from as long back as I can remember at any kind of dances. Like, you know, back when I used to drink, I had to be drunk to dance. And then, you know, I stopped drinking, and it was, you know, it was always something. It's got, I'll wait for the right song. Like Gina had said, I'm sitting by the door against the wall, just like waiting for the perfect right moment, which would never come, you know. And then I started going to like ecstatic dances and stuff, and I got more comfortable as long as I kept my eyes closed. As soon as I opened my eyes and looked at anybody, then it was like, whoa, stop moving like that, you know. And I'm finally at the point where I can do it with my eyes open. You know, it's, you know, it's been some growth, but I am just so grateful to, you know, be out of that cage and just really start and open up and have some freedom and live life. And thank you for putting this kind of stuff on. Thanks.
Thanks for sharing, John.
Okay, I'll share it very quickly. I think one thing that comes with age that's so wonderful is you just don't care, in a good way. You know, just having all of your energy. This pain on my right side went away. I'll tell you, I didn't think I would be able to like stand up and dance, you know. Yeah, you know, I'm just so grateful. I'm just so grateful that you have made this space. Thank you too. I'll definitely set my intention to be in all the time if I can. Even with this phone, this was like an extra phone that my boyfriend had, and he said, "Why don't you try that phone?" The volume's like very low, so I have to put it up to my ears sometimes to hear you. But wow, it's, whew, you forget, you know, the importance of community and the beautiful energy just connecting in. And I feel so much better. Just that little bit of movement that you encouraged me to do today. And I may have, you know, been like all constricted if I didn't come. So thank you for allowing me in space. Thank you so much. That's all.
Thank you so much, Robin.
Oh, and you attract good souls. Not only do I love you, but you attract good souls. Robin, next time you come to Western Massachusetts, I was in a lot of pain this morning, a lot of it in my arms. I started physical therapy, so I have this wonderful healer that I'm working with. And it's like right here, both shoulder, the front of both shoulders. I'm not sure. Anyway, and she did some deep work on my right side. Anyway, the movement was so delicious, and I wasn't able to get over. In the summer, I'm in heaven because I can get in the water and dance like a gazelle and have such freedom of movement. And what people forget is when you're exercising in the water, I've been an aquatic personal trainer and synchronized swimming and just about everything you can do in the water, is that your inner child comes out to play. So not only are you moving and exercising, but you're giggling and playing. And so the water stuff that you started us off with, Gina, and then the waterfall I thought of was Taganic Falls in Ithaca, where I used to live right down the street. So I was remembering the water all year round and the many times we played there. And so I got to be a teenager, and so I've also got all this mom energy, you guys, because yesterday was my mom's yard site, the anniversary of her death, and so 8 years. And so all this mom energy's hovered around too. And so brought that into play. But the movement was just so lovely. And what else did I want to share with you guys this morning? I so know that place by the door. Oh my God, Gina, you just expressed, some of my childlike barriers that are dissolving. Because I also, got on a stage Friday night, that came in too, because we were naked dancers, virtual pretend naked, just so we're clear. But my partner decided she was hot and she had to get naked, and I'm a yes and, so I got naked too, of course, and then we're dancing and shaking our bums and our boobs. I've never done that before. And in this community of crazy different flavors of introvert, because and then those of us that are introvert, and then so there's this extrovert that gets on a stage and will do a Broadway parody making shit up. But oh, please don't put me in a networking circle and ask me to go do small talk with people. It's like, shoot me now, so it's so fun because navigating with all those different personalities is such a learning experience if you allow it. So, and what I care about is for somebody to feel safe and loved. And so I'm motivated all day long to, okay, what works for you? And so I invited a group of people to my house, and some of them were like, I can't let you know till that day. And they told me in detail what had them feel safe. And as I age and find barriers shifting and boundaries, I want to say about that. Safe space is so fucking important. That's what I want to say about that. Yeah, this was delicious. I'll be here for every time too, girls.
Thank you, Renee. Great to have you here.
Okay, I guess I'm the last one, yes? And everybody can hear me, right?
Yes.
Okay, cool. I apologize. My daughter wanted to get up and dance with me, and I couldn't not invite her. And then I tried to give her my headphone and then all these things, but it was beautiful in the same space. And like, oh my gosh. So holding both the stones, the raw uncut and the smooth, and moving and listening and just with that very intention of what does this, like, if you were going to express what you were hearing and how you were feeling in movement, how would that be? And like, it was so transformative for me. And I'm a word person. I like to write. So I wrote my little thing for our journal thing. So I want to share, and then that'll be that. So here we go. I don't really do this in public. So here we go. First time, yay. I am free to be me, move through, floating peacefully as the stream flows effortlessly along the rigid rocks and sand, smoothing presence returning back to me. I am giving and given all that I need. So thank you for giving me this space and just holding it and just being able to feel the energy from all across wherever everybody's from and beyond. It's just magical. So thank you.
Thank you for sharing those words, Christina. Loved it. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you all. And to share what kept coming up for me was deep gratitude that I'm able to serve in this way. Like, I really like playing this thing called facilitator and providing space and experiences for people to be. Like, I'm fascinated with it. And so I just feel really purposeful in a world that could feel really lost, that like I feel really purposeful with my body and the wisdom that I know, and that we can create circles and that people will come and that we can provide an experience of an hour that changes people's day, that makes it better. That makes me feel really purposeful and really humbled to be alive. to do it with people and to allow my weirdness out to guide people to be a little bit more them is like why I exist. So thanks for giving me the opportunity to do something that I fucking love. And we will be doing a free one every month like this. We are opening up a membership space, Gina and I as well, where it's more of there's a sliding scale and everything else. There's more information that will come out on this like replay thing that I'll send you all with your emails. But I want to be conscious of time and I can't see it. Oh, it's 10:04. We're 4 minutes over. Great. We're so good with time. So thank you. And what I am learning deeply is to trust. Keep showing up, keep calling, keep trusting. I love you. Gina, do you want to say something?
Yeah, I thought if we all wanted to just unmute ourselves and collectively share our animal noise maybe 3 times altogether, just to ground in all the energy that we've shared as a community today. And yeah,
Yeah. Hey,
calls out
spirits of the world. We're going to close this circle by being really weird. Thank you for being with us today. Thank you all the teachers for being with us today. Thank you for being here. Thanks anyone watching. Thank me for being here. And ready? We're going to
ready?
Whatever noise you choose.
1, 2, 3, 3 times. Go ahead. Go, go, go. Thank you, everyone. Sending you all so much love. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day.
Thanks for the invite.
Toda rabah. Shalom,
Thank
shalom, shalom.
you. Thank you.